I'm Justin.
And I'm Stacy.
This is Kona.
And it's a hearty life.
This week we're headed to one of the most biodiverse countries in the entire world. From sweeping sunsets behind the Monteverde cloud forest to swimming at the bases of waterfalls. Come with us as we explore some of the most beautiful areas in all of Costa Rica. We had a long layover in Chicago, so we decided to Uber out to Easy Street Pizza for some deep dish pizza. I'm not the biggest fan of thin crust pizza, so this was actually really cool. The crust was nice and flaky, it came out piping hot. It was really good. But the adventure really starts here with a phone call at dinner.
Is there any way to make sure that his didn't get lost?
That was a phone call from American Airlines saying they found Stacy's passport in the cargo area of the plane. But my passport was nowhere to be found. While boarding the plane in Salt Lake City, American Airlines forced us to check our bags saying they were too big. So we quickly threw our passports in our bags and boarded the plane. I'm not saying they're entirely at fault, but it was in my bag in Salt Lake City, and when we got to Chicago, it wasn't in there. So, with no passport to get into Costa Rica, we had to stay at a crummy hotel near the passport center, and with absolutely no help from American Airlines, we were able to set up an appointment for an expedited passport in the morning. Luckily, the turnaround for these expedited passports is only a few hours. So impatiently waiting for this passport to be made, we walked around Chicago a little bit. I'll admit, the few hours that we did have in Chicago was pretty cool. I'd love to come back. Hell yeah. We also took the time to email a couple of the reservations we had and reschedule those. And look at that beauty. After getting the passport, we caught an Uber back to the airport, and just when we thought things were looking up, we were greeted in Miami by a tropical storm. This was such a low blow. After we figured everything out with the passport, now we're dealing with a tropical storm in Miami. We seriously considered just cutting our losses and heading home. But just like any other journey in life, you can't have the highs without the lows. Between the long travel days, the passport issues in Chicago, and the tropical storm in Miami, I can't even begin to express the excitement that we had to finally check into our Airbnb in La Fortuna, Costa Rica. This 245-foot waterfall is only 9 minutes away from city center. The main viewpoint to the waterfall is only a short distance from the parking lot. But if you've got a little adventure in you, you can make it all the way down to the base. The hike down to the base is only about a 20 to 30 minute hike. Having said that, there is around 550 steps to get down there. If you decide to make the trek, there is an area that you can swim at the base, so I'd highly recommend bringing your swimming suit and a towel. We made the trek down, and it was one of the most beautiful things we did in La Fortuna. Just a few minute drive from the waterfall and still in the town of La Fortuna is a place called Sloffee Coffee. One of my favorite things about Costa Rica is there's open air restaurants and coffee shops pretty much everywhere. We had an amazing view of Arenal and we're lucky enough to see a toucan.
What's the toucan?
There's several different hot springs in the area of La Fortuna. Some are free, some are a little bit more expensive. We're not normally ones to splurge on something like this, but it was Stacy's birthday, so we kind of went all out. Plus, look at how amazing this place is. I didn't look at the price tag, but Stacy did get her pina colada and a pineapple, which was awesome. The food here was also amazing. It came with a 3-course meal. This is a sopa negra. Stacy still talks about this. I got the vegan ceviche, which is awesome because I've always wanted to try this, and I didn't know if we'd be able to find it. The hot springs are entirely heated by Volcano Arenal and 100% totally worth every penny we spent. We had some rice that we had to get rid of, so the next morning we woke up and got some vegetables from the supermercado. The American in me wanted like a seasoned salt or something like that. I ended up getting some of this Sazon tropical seasoning. Yeah, it needed its own segment in the video. Trust me, it is so good. I put it on everything. It's absolutely amazing. Just get it. Trust me. After breakfast, we decided to go to Volcano Arenal National Park. This was kind of done on a whim. We didn't do a whole bunch of planning, but apparently there's some cool hiking trails, beautiful views of the volcano. We did hear a bunch of very cool tropical birds. I got a sound clip here, see if you can guess what birds they are. Less than a 5-minute walk from city center La Fortuna is El Salto rope swing. The rope swing is completely free and probably one of the coolest things you'll ever do. I watched a few little kids jump in and thought, hey, I'll go for it too. Look at me go! I thought I looked cooler than I actually do. That's alright. It was a blast. I mean, just look at this place. A rope swing in the jungle next to a waterfall. Amazing. Later that evening, we made our way back to the Airbnb. Stacy FaceTimed Kona. I started to make a vegetable pasta with the Sazon seasoning again. Oh my gosh, you guys have to try this seasoning. It is so good. But don't take my word for it. The cockroaches loved it later that night too. Wondrous world, but it's got the best of me, got the best of. The next morning, we packed our bags for the 3-hour trek from La Fortuna out to Monteverde Cloud Forest. The drive can sound a bit intimidating, but aside from a couple potholes and dirt roads, our Toyota Camry made it just fine. We decided to book an Airbnb in Monteverde as well. This cute A-frame is on a preserved area in Monteverde, and where the cabin lacks in luxury amenities, it makes up with incredible views of the clouds rolling in and out of the forest. This laid-back, eclectic cabin was perfect for the few days we had planned in Monteverde. We had dinner reservations at a place called San Lucas Treetop Dining Experience. I know, even freshened up, I look like a stinky hippie. Anyway, this place offers what seems to be a 1,000-course meal. All of the food is locally sourced, and of course, like anywhere else we eat, offers vegetarian and vegan options. Food is something that we almost never splurge on, but this felt like more of an experience than just eating fancy food. While the price tag was a bit steep, you do get your own private glass pod overlooking the city, and the food was actually incredible. As I mentioned before, the Airbnb is on a preserved area of the forest. It did offer a couple short hiking trails. I decided to explore a little bit of the area before we headed out for the day. I had a lot of fun just running around the area, taking pictures of things I wouldn't see at home. Less than a 5-minute drive from downtown Santa Elena is Treetopia Adventure Park. The park offers stunning views from suspension bridges. It's a low-effort, high-reward hike. This is one of my favorite shots of the entire trip. My beautiful wife standing on a suspension bridge in the middle of a cloud forest. Maybe it's the stabilization, but I feel like you can see the trees actually breathing. As I mentioned before, you can't have the highs without the lows. Right here in this moment, I put my backpack down, I open it, and my GoPro falls off the suspension bridge into the great jungle abyss. Unfortunately, I think those memories will forever be locked into a memory card at the bottom of a Costa Rican jungle. In an attempt to shake the mood, we decided to continue on with our itinerary for the day. This is Treehouse Restaurant right in the center of Santa Elena. There's a tree that grows right through the restaurant. It's very cool. If you look in the background of this shot, you can see the rain is coming down right next to us. The food was kind of just okay, but the beer was much needed after losing that GoPro footage. The next morning, we woke up and packed our bags and headed down the coast to a town called Uvita. We stopped at a hostel in Quepos for the night and got a glimpse of our first monkeys. For lunch, before we headed out to Uvita, we stopped at a place called El Avion. This is an actual C-123 cargo airplane turned into a restaurant. We enjoyed the ocean view patio since they were doing maintenance on the plane. Later that day, we checked into our next and final Airbnb in Costa Rica. As mentioned before, this is located in a small town just outside of Uvita. This tiny casita had everything that we needed, including a small kitchen to cook. It also had an outdoor shower that was close enough to the ocean you could hear the waves crashing. I seriously can't say enough about this place. The location was perfect. It was far enough away from everything that we were able to experience pretty much our own private beach, and only about a 20 or 30 minute drive into Uvita or Dominical. The day started out with some bomb pizza at Pizza La Casita. This literally was like the backyard of somebody's house. I don't even know how to explain it. We must have totally looked like out-of-towners because he kept saying, just relax, come on in. Anyway, the pizza was delicious and fresh. We'd totally come back. About a 20-minute drive south from the pizza joint in a town called Uvita is the Uvita Waterfall. The parking and entrance to the waterfall was relatively inexpensive, and oh my gosh, you guys, just a once-in-a-lifetime experience. You've got monkeys jumping in the treetops. You're swimming in the bases of waterfalls. The temperature is absolutely perfect. And there's just nowhere else in the world you'd rather be than right here. After the waterfall, we headed back up north to Feugo Brewing Company. This is another open-air restaurant. There were several different craft beers to choose from, including a hard seltzer. I got the mango IPA, and Stacy got a pineapple pina colada. The real showstopper, though, was these mushroom tacos. Super smoky, marinated for days, I swear. They were so good. It was a total dream staying in an Airbnb this close to the water. We'd wake up in the morning and just lay there listening to the sounds of the ocean. Once we felt like it was time to get up, we would message our hosts Kim and Juan, or John as he went by on Airbnb. They'd make us a light breakfast and then we'd be on with the day. When I said at the beginning of the video that this is one of the most biodiverse countries in the world, it's truly incredible how much this culture embraces nature and wildlife around it. These monkeys are just hanging out in the back of our Airbnb. Enjoy this awesome video of this monkey shooing me away to protect his troop. When you go, people are talking. I miss what they say. We kept the romantic vibes going with some delicious homemade tacos and Imperial Lights with mandarina limes in them. We had some soft music playing, went out to the back patio, and listened to the sound of the waves crashing. We made some fun lizard friends up on the ceiling, and randomly, mid-conversation, this little guy fell on Stacy's lap. As always, thank you for being interested in our adventures, and we'll catch you guys on the next one.
He landed on my lap and it scared the shit out of me.
I bet, jeez.
Seriously, it landed in my lap. Like, it fell from the ceiling. Just want to pet it now, though.